Alright, so it's day 3, and, well, I guess that's kind of a cheating a little bit because day 1 was pretty much just dedicated to doing that paint on there, so there's not really a whole lot to cover from day 1, but I'm considering today day 3, and pretty much where we're at is we have the radiators painted now. They are goody-roo painted and all. So the next part will be to get those into the case with the fans on and throw the motherboard in with the CPU block on and get the block onto the graphics card finally, and then that will set me up to measuring for tubes. The problem is that I still got to clean out that block. Messy. I got to clean that off still. Well, I guess I'm probably actually going to put that off because I really don't feel like doing that right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be throwing these radiators in the case. This one is most likely going to sit somewhere along the lines of that inside the case, with the plugs on, or with the things on this end. I don't even know what to consider them, inlet and outlet on this end. I was originally going to do it on this side, but I decided against that because I'm actually going to try to show tubing on this. I wasn't originally going to do that, but shit, I'm going to use hard tubes. I might as well have it show, right? So okay, I'm going to go throw these fans and the radiator in there. These three are going on this rad. And the only thing I'm concerned is how long the fan leads are. They're not super long, which I guess that's alright, but eventually I guess I'm going to get extensions for them. But I mean, they're like a foot long. So maybe a foot and a half or 2 feet. I don't know. They're not very long. So it's going to be interesting because the place I have to wire them to is this fan hub on the back of the case. They're all getting wired to right here. Now the issue is that I'm going to have one up here, here, and then there, and there. Now, I already tried there and there, and it worked decently to get to these. The issue is that there's cables showing in this area and stuff. So, we'll see. I think I can just make do for now, but I'm probably going to need to get extensions at some point just to kind of clean it up. I mean, they're a couple of dollars anyways for like 4 or 5 of them. Alright, so now we have the top radiator mounted, like so. And we also have the front one mounted. Like so. And I have the fans wired up for the sake of it. They're going to be tidied up a little bit later on, but they're wired up. This is really the only one I'm concerned about. I don't really have anywhere to go like this or like this. So next I'm going to end up taking the stock cooler off the not the stock cooler, but the AIO off the motherboard, and then put the motherboard in with the new block and go from there. There's another thing I was going to do. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, new laptop sitting right there waiting for Premiere to get loaded onto it. So day 2 can get edited. That's what another thing I'm waiting on. Still need to clean off that water block. Now, so what I've opted to do instead of that is I'm going to try to place the pump and the reservoir to get ideal locations for where they're going to be. Most likely, I have this reservoir plate in here. Hopefully, I can find a way to implement this to mount it. And most likely, the pump's going to go down here somehow. There's some mounting strips there for a fan. Hopefully, I can find a way to use those for the pump. Otherwise, I don't know. That'll be fun. But that's that. These are all the fittings. Most of them, open the bag. Most of them are just these, which are just regular hardline fittings for compression. Duh. So there's 14 of these, I think. Just those are $100 worth for all 14 of them. Then I have this, which is going to go for the drain. I'm going to have, at least I think I'm going to do this right. I'm going to be putting this off of either my pump or my reservoir. I haven't figured out yet, but essentially one of the outlets, one of these is going to be an inlet, and then the other two are going to be an outlet. One is going to lead to the rest of the loop. I haven't exactly known what. And the other one is going to lead in some manner to this. You kind of can't see it a whole lot, but it's a valve. You can kind of see the pictures, what it looks like. And then this is a little connector that's going to use. So, to connect to the valve, and then that's just going to shut off for when I need to drain the loop. That's the plan, at least. Hopefully I'm not forgetting any part of that. This is the thermal goop. Now this will work both for the graphics card block that I need to put the water block on, and for the CPU block also. It will work for both of those, because this is non-conductive stuff, and it's good. Goody, good, good. And then for the graphics cards, specifically, I have 4 of these. These are pass-throughs. I don't really call them pass-throughs, but there's pretty much specifically for the graphics card. So, and most likely the way the graphics cards are going to sit is I'm going to try to have one in slot 1 here. And then I'm going to have another one down here in slot, 5. Because these are both of the 16x wired slots. So these two are both 8x slots. So 16x slots, 8x slots. Now, and what's going to happen is the Blackmagic card, as long as I'm keeping it, it's going to stay going into the slot, which is where it's been the whole time anyways. So it's going to sit right above the second graphics card. I don't know how well that's especially going to look, but that's how it's going. Ta-da, bottom line. So, and I just kicked over my fluid. This is the fluid. It is bright white fluid. I don't really know how bright it is, but it's white. That is all.